Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. It's been a little while, but I'm back with another one. And this was a little while ago, but this was the 3-hour race that I did. So this was originally going to be a 6-hour driver swap with my teammate Luke, who's Depressed Squid as his PSN name, so you'll see him in the Mercedes a couple of times in this video. But yeah, this was originally going to be a 6-hour, but then there were not enough drivers, so it ended up being a solo 3-hour race. So yeah, this was going to be a tough one. This will be my longest ever race at all in any game, let alone ACC. So it's going to be very, very difficult. But this is our quali lap here, so pretty good first chicane into the second chicane. Could have hooked up a little bit more curb, but not too bad. Good on exit. Found a really nice setup that Luke actually gave me, so cheers to him for that. Really nice, good race setup and pretty good for quali as well. So we'll see where he plays here against some quick guys. This was actually a French event, so my goal was basically just to beat as many of them as I can. But yeah, through Ascari then, hooking up with that left curb nicely. In fourth gear, not using too much of the track so we don't invalidate, into final corner of Parabolica. And it's been an okay lap. This is my quickest lap. Me and Luke tried to give each other toes basically in the quali, but our laps always got impeded by other people unfortunately, so I ended up doing my quickest lap in clean air. So yeah, that's my quickest quali lap. Could have gone a bit better, but this is more of a race setup than a quali setup on the car. So yeah, you can see 2/10 off there with 16 minutes to go, and then by the end of quali we ended up 5th. So I wasn't too happy with that, but could have been worse. Could have been a lot further down the order. So yeah, but here we go for the start of a 3-hour long race. It goes green and we are away. Decent reaction, but we actually get jumped by the Mercedes on the left, and you can see Luke actually also going for us as well as he started 6th or 7th. But yeah, it's a long race, so I was backing off nice and early here into the first corner because I didn't want to cause any crashes or be involved in any crashes. The Bentley tries to go around the outside here, and that's just not going to happen. Then he goes up the inside and just hits me and spins himself out. So not sure really what that was really for. Being very aggressive on the start, but yeah, I don't think that was our fault at all. But we're going to carry on. We've got 3 hours to go, so, and we're only 30 seconds into the race, so I'm not going to do anything stupid just yet. But got Luke in front of us. We've got MYG Gone here, who's actually very, very quick. I think he qualified 2nd. We're going to try and go around the outside, but we're going to back out of that because going around the outside at the Lesmos it's not going to work. So we're just going to settle in behind. He sort of has a look at my teammate, but again, nothing really happening there. Just trying to settle into a rhythm. We've got a long race to go. We're going to make 2 pit stops, planned pit stops at least. There's only 1 mandatory, so that's fine. Getting the tyres up to temperature. This guy goes defensive, but I wasn't really looking for a move this early stage. I wasn't going to try and fight people just yet, unless they were much slower than me. But I think this guy's a similar pace. See, I'm flashing the lights. Let's work together. I'm not going to fight you. But saying that, we're going to have a look around the outside of Parabolica as he is defending so hard. This was quite aggressive from me at the start, and you can see I just get a ton of understeer and can't quite make the move stick. But it's okay. We haven't lost many positions at all on this first lap, and to be honest, I'd rather lose positions than be crashed out at the start. So yeah, it's gone like that. And then my teammate and Gone here are fighting hard. I see an opportunity at the inside of the Lesmo. We stick our nose in there, and I have to just back out because I know I'm just going to get squeezed on the inside there, and that curb is very slippery at the best of times. So yeah, going to back out of that one. Don't really want to go for a move there. I mean, that was the sort of part of the track where this guy was a bit slower than us, but it's not really a great overtaking opportunity, being that the corner isn't very low speed. And unfortunate moment there, my teammate getting a massive snap of oversteer, just the car sending him off to the left into the barrier. There wasn't actually any contact with the Ferrari in front, but I thought there was, but there wasn't. He just got a massive ton of oversteer off the curb. But here we go, we're going for our next move on Antho here in the Lexus, up the inside of the Lesmos again, and not quite working at this stage. So we're about 20 minutes into the race here. I'm looking for moves because clearly I've got a bit of pace on these guys at the minute. I'm not realising I would have to fuel save just a little bit in this car, so short shifting just a little bit. I didn't actually have to go into lower engine maps, I don't think. But yeah, so about an hour into the race here already, settling in quite nicely. Antho here makes a little mistake. He was about 4 seconds up the road, but now that gap goes down to about a second. So it's all going to be about consistency in this race. It's going to be completely key to be consistent, because even if you're not the quickest, if you just put on lap after lap with no mistakes, you're going to end up near the front. And that's what we're going to try and do. So I'm only pushing the 95% here. I'm not driving to my absolute limits because I just won't last 3 hours without crashing, especially with pesky Ascari being a very tricky corner. But with this setup with this car, Ascari wasn't too bad. I could take a bit of curb on the inside of the final apex. You can see here by the end of the first hour our fuel light is flashing. Antho brakes very early here, and I sort of sense an opportunity, but yeah, that kind of comes to nothing. And then we come out side by side, coming up towards the first Lesmo again, and there is no way in hell I'm going to be able to go around the outside at the first Lesmo at all, in any circumstance. We're going to have a look at the inside on the second Lesmo, but the line just becomes very narrow. There's nothing we can do. We're going to try and get the exit on him instead, and if we can get ahead of this guy as we enter the pits, that would be ideal. But you can see I actually misclicked and went into engine map 2 there, so lost a bit of performance down the straight. But yeah, so no opportunity there. I don't think I would have been close enough really anyway. You see, taking a little bit of curb on exit there, trying to stick in the slipstream. I'm flashing the lights, come on, let's go. But here we go, into the pits, trying not to speed as much as we can, and nice and careful there. And we may have lost a tiny bit of time there, but I'd rather that than a stop and go or a drive through. After that first pit stop, we are out in second place with Gon, who I was racing at the start, up ahead. Getting through some lap traffic here now, and actually Antho has had a terrible pit stop and has ended up 12 seconds behind us, so that was really nice. So even though I don't think I actually hit my jacks very well, he must have had a really bad pit stop. So yeah, that promoted me up into second place, and now this was crucial. The leader now has a drive-through penalty. Now surely this would promote me into the lead of the race, and it does. Not by a lot, but it does, which was really crucial with an hour and 19 to go. So we've already done it over an hour and a half, and we've still got another hour and 90 minutes to survive. And this is the longest race I've ever done by quite some margin. I've done an hour and a half races, 2 hour races before, but on different sims and on here, but 3 hour race is quite a stretch. I was going to be dying in my seat at the end of this. But you can see we've got 4.2 second gap back to Gon, which is nice, and you can see he had a much better pace than me, although I don't think he fuel saved nearly as much as me. So I was able to do a lap extra at the end of this stint, I believe. He's going to go for the move up the inside. We're going to brake on our normal braking marker, and I was going to close off the move because he wasn't really alongside, but he sends it on the inside anyway. We're going to try and get the better exit towards the long right-hander and hold it around the outside as best we can. We're going to give him the racing room on the inside because he is alongside us, but we will have the inside for the second chicane, so hopefully we can get the move done, braking at our normal braking marker, and the apex comes to us first. So we're going to keep the lead of the race with an hour to go. And this was crucial. If I can just hold this guy up and still fuel save more than him, this would be good. And at the end of this stint, he actually comes in a lap ahead of lap before me. so he clearly has not been fuel saving as much as me. But you can see he is really quick here at the end of this stint. I'm braking at my normal braking marker. He was braking maybe a bit later and almost goes into the back of me there. But yeah, we're really wide there on the exit. The tyres are at the end of their life. And here we go. We are into the pits. We have dropped. MYG gone. He pitted, like I said, a lap before. So yeah, that was really nice. We managed to fuel save much better than those guys. And yeah, we actually come out 3.8 seconds ahead after the pit stop as well. So yeah, little mistake there at the first chicane, but not too bad. And yeah, we're going to push on and see if we can keep this lead for another 56 minutes, which felt like an eternity for me at this point after 2 hours of racing. It's not a very taxing circuit, but it's still a long way to drive on your own with only pit stop breathers of 30 seconds. But this was the mistake, the one mistake I made all race, just using a little bit too much curb, the inside of the Ascari. Here we go, I've slowed it down. You can see we sort of turned just a little bit too early, I think. Clip that inside yellow curb and it ends up spinning us around. There's no way I can react to that in time. So yeah, I hadn't made a single mistake up until that point. Gon gets past us, very close there. But yeah, he gets past us, and the mistake I made here was I should have pitted. I should have pitted. I had 22 seconds of damage, and I thought that would be okay. But when I realised how much damage I actually had and how much time I was losing per lap, it was too late, and the gap to the guys behind was under a pit stop window. So you can see my teammate's going to go past me here, and look at the extra straight line speed he has. We clearly have some bad damage to the front end because our top speed has been completely ruined. There's a lot of front understeer in the car as well after the hit. But yeah, you can see Antho, I'm going to lose my second place here because Antho is going to breeze right past me with 35 minutes to go. This is definitely the point where I regretted my decision of not pitting and going on and repairing the damage. So yeah, very unfortunate there, but Antho breezes past in the Lexus, which has very good top speed anyway. But me with a damaged car, it's just not, I've got nothing to defend with really. So yeah, we're going to try and lose as little positions as possible, because if I can get away with a podium here, that would be great. It'd be such a shame because I reckon I could have quite easily won this with Gon actually making a mistake and quitting about 30 minutes before the end of the race. So yeah, shame. But you can see GL behind us in the Ferrari as well. I defend to the inside, but it's a lost cause really. He's already got me before Parabolica, and yeah, just breezes past me, and you watch the difference in straight line speed there. Even off the turn, he is gone. He's always a second ahead there, just out of the turn, just from the understeer. So yeah, that was a shame, but we're going to see if we can hold on to a good position here and try and get our third place. But Civi behind us is not going to let that happen, and yeah, you can see we're actually very tight on fuel, so yeah, we need to fuel save a bit as well. And we've got a damaged car, and we've got original Civi, who's actually part of the league racing organisation I'm in. So yeah, I know he's a very quick driver. He's done a few of these long races before, much more experience of these long races than me, and I don't think it's going to be very difficult for him to pass me at all with my damaged car. So yeah, you can see it's already 1.9 seconds behind, and by the end of the race he beats me by a large chunk. Yeah, I actually didn't have enough space on my PS4 to record the final minute of the race. But yeah, that's it from me guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all next time.